Hello, baby whales and mini dolphins and tiny little minnows. How are you all doing today? It is Saturday, February the 10th. It's about 3:30 in the morning, and we are going to do a very, very detailed technical analysis on Bitcoin. But before we start, make sure you guys go to Steam it. Please upvote my stuff because it makes me feel special when I get $2, $3 a post, you know? It's so worth my time, the $3. No, I just want to be a big part of the Steam it community. And I don't know, it's just like, trust me, it's not for the money on Steam it. If you guys know by now, I'm not after the money at all. I just like to be a part of the community and I'm going to be prominent there. And I want to get my TA to reach more people, right? And that's the best way to do it, by supporting me, like how I've supported you guys. And make sure you guys also like and subscribe and share all the content as well, if you feel that it has benefited you, right? And other than that, guys, I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you guys because thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for sticking by me and by the TA. We have been together for this entire run. For this entire run since February the 6th to February the 10th, I've slept about 12 hours, I'd say, and it's because I wanted to get in as much work as possible. Despite working a lot of hours, you guys have to think of cryptocurrency as a real job. It really is a real job, guys. Not only is it a real job, but it's a very demanding job as well that requires you to be on call if you want to be profitable. And I'm not after the profit, I'm more so addicted to the plays that's going to happen, and I'm addicted to figuring out what's gonna it's like a puzzle. You guys know me better than that by now. This is a major puzzle to me, and I love to solve these kinds of puzzles, right? So I've been very happy to call everything out. And of course, we got some things wrong, but the majority of it was absolutely right. And regardless of if it was wrong or not, we have to define some of the things as well, right? I wanted to get out of the way, like, what is a winning call and what is a losing call? If you guys notice my style by now, I like to cover both bear and bull scenarios, because this way it keeps me very unbiased, or it keeps me, what's the word? Yeah, unbiased, right? I don't want to pick a specific direction, right? If I pick a specific direction, then we're going to be biased towards it. And when things change, we're not as willing to change our mentality and adopt a new kind of strategy or reaction instead, right? So we get very stuck in our ways. And because of that, it actually sets us up for failure. And that's not good. So what I always recommend to people is to have both bear and bull scenarios so we can plan for the best and for the worst, right? And in this particular case, I think we've done a phenomenal job of just sticking together and doing T as accurately as we can, predicting both bear and bull scenarios. And in the end, we actually got to our target. And so I'm going to cover everything in detail. I really, really hope that you guys have taken a lot away from this uptrend. And this is just a small taste for the new people that are into crypto. If you guys played on this run going up, well, of course, there might be a run going down as well. But for the people that have entered pretty much December or January, and this is the first short-term bull run that you've seen, this is how much money that can be made when good TA is available, and when you guys also put in the hard work and dedicate the time to study these charts. These charts are important to study because you need to know the habits of these coins that you're trading, right? And of course, Bitcoin, it can affect every single coin out there right now. So let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about some of the things that has happened, and I'd really like to get into it in high detail, actually. So let's go over this, okay? So before we start, let's go over our Elliott wave count, the way I see it. I see this as A, B, and guys, I'm gonna say it. I've never said it even before yet, right? I don't think I have, at least. I've always tried to keep my words very careful, but and I've always said that we're gonna test the 6K support again, okay? That's what I've said. We're going to test the 6K support. But truly, if you guys really want to know what I think we're going to get to about $4,400. That's right, $4,400. That's my prediction. And I'm going to go over why I believe that as well, and what steps we can actually take to ensure that we know what is going on very diligently as well, okay? So let's go over these charts in high detail. First of all, this is my ABC down there. And I see this right here as of course an ABC in here. I'm not going to bother changing the degrees for the people that might criticize me. I'm too lazy to be honest. It's a little bit too late at night as well. So this is ABC, no doubt about it, just like that. And now it is this entire structure here that is complicated, incredibly complicated in here, right? And here we can't call this a five-wave structure, I don't think. Not yet, at least, right? We can't call this a five-wave structure. We need to look for a five-wave structure within the C. So let me explain to you guys how ABC works over here, first of all. Every time we have a massive run up, let me get my toolbar up here first. Every time we have a massive run up like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like this, what we get right after is an ABC corrective type of pattern. I'm just going to draw it a little bit more hyperbolic to extend it so you guys can get an idea of what goes on. And now that we get ABC, actually I'll delete this and I'll move it over just so we can all see what's going on right here. So if this was ABC, these come in many, many different shapes and forms. So this can come in ABC like that, which would be a three-wave structure for A. This one could do a three-wave like that, or an A, B, C, D, E. But what the fifth wave always does is it always, no matter what anybody says, if you read up a lot of Elliott waves book, you'll see that the C always comes in a 5 like that, okay? And because it comes in a 5 wave in the C, Elliott wave traders, what they'll do is they will try to look for the fifth wave. And I think I spend a lot of time watching other people's TA just to see how it can correlate. And the truth is I watch other people's TA to see where I can find loopholes in their TA. And that's a really important thing to make note of. So I'm just going to see where this ends up going as well. If you guys take a look at right here pretty much, okay? This line pretty much makes a lot of touches, right? A lot of touches over here like that. And if you look at it this particular way right now, this is actually forming some sort of channel. So we have a structure right here that's, you know, made a touch. We have one that pretty much made a touch right around here, right around here, right around here. And I do expect another touch somewhere around over here. Maybe even sooner than that. Who really knows right now? We'll see. This one might even be like that. Kind of like that. Something like that, but you guys get the idea, right? I'd probably say, I'm just trying to remember how I drew it here. Something like that, where it's lining up with a lot of different points right now. You know, whether it be right here or something like that. We can more so draw this in hindsight. So let's go over this in fine detail and why I expected to get to the low 5,000 ranges. Low 5,000, probably 4,500, and I would like to debate with you guys, right, if this could even be rational. But first of all, we have to remember that I did make a lot of predictions, right? I was on the fence for many plays, many plays starting from down over here, but in the end, all that really matters is that we factor in being a reactive trader. Excuse me. We factor in being a reactive trader. We plan both bear and bull scenarios. We have to. We have no other choice but to assume both scenarios, right? And I always say, you know, if there's a critical apex, if it breaks up, it will get here, and if it breaks down, it'll get here. So it is up to you guys as a trader to make sure that you open up your mind to the possibilities that there are bull and bear cases as well, right? And of course, if you make both predictions, you're going to be right most of the time. Oh, my throat's a little bit sore. I apologize. So yes, I do. You could give me credit and say, okay, he made both of them. Of course, he's going to be right. He made a call for both of them, even if the numbers were a little off or whatever, right? So I do cover both of them. And what I try to preach the most is that you have to be a reactive trader, and you cannot have the mindset of only one position. Unfortunately, that's the mindset of someone who will lose a lot in the market. And another thing I wanted to bring up very quickly is that, guys, never ever copy my scalp positions, okay? You know, I'll say right now that I've spent a lot of time refining my strategy, and I do want to reiterate very, very firmly, guys, that traders in the end, they get ran over by the investors and the large whales, okay? There's a reason why only a finite amount of traders are successful. It's because a lot may not have the emotional discipline and the risk management skills, right? You have to make sure that you are stable as a rock, emotionally, especially. You have to have a strong will. You have to know how to play and stay in the game as well. And you have to know how to control your risk and your emotions, especially. So despite you guys see me joking around a lot, which I do joke around a lot, right? I like to add humor to everything in life. I'm incredibly sarcastic, but I'm so easygoing, guys. But one thing you have to understand is that, of course, I will be sensitive online as well because, well, I've got 90,000 followers now, if you guys don't know that, on my Twitter and on my YouTube, and maybe 100,000 followers altogether on the internet, like Steemit, Reddit, Bitcoin talk forums. It's quite a bit of viewers, right? So sometimes when I get a TA wrong and a lot of harsh things are said, it's usually by people who have lost money because they were very biased towards one specific direction and they weren't ready to react. So the reason why I like to look at both cases is simple, because I'm planning for every single thing that can possibly go wrong. If you plan for all the possible outcomes, then you can react, right? There's no surprises. Nothing is coming from left field. So because we were planning every single scenario there, I would absolutely say that we were successful. Or I was successful in the least, right? I was ready for everything, guys, regardless if it was bull or bear, no problem at all. So we're gonna get over this. I gotta have a sip of my Dr. Pepper. Give me a second. Okay, cool. You know what I wish I had right now? Cherry Coke. They recently just released that in Canada. And man, is it ever good, Cherry Coke. Like, I'm Canadian, right? So, I've only had Cherry Coke when I go to like Grand Forks because it's about 3 hours away from me. And wow, whenever I go there, I bring back like a lot of, Cherry Coke. It's like my favorite thing. Or Pepsi, the wild cherry. But they finally have it in Canada, and I wish I had some right now. It's like my favorite drink in the world. So anyways, let's go over this structure. Let's please, let's go over this structure. It's a really, really complicated structure. It's been giving me a massive headache for, of course, a few days now, right? And, or rather, it was giving me a lot of headaches, you can say, okay? So we're gonna go over this in high detail again and catch everybody up. So let's go over this count. I want to let everybody know the count here first of all. So whenever we go down like that, there's always 5 waves coming down against the trend. And this is in a C position like I mentioned earlier, right? A C position like that. One thing that we try to keep very clear is that we make sure, according to Elliott wave, and guys, this rule holds very true. It holds really true. You guys will see what I mean when you guys learn Elliott waves a lot more. So it comes down 1, 2, 3, 4 does not breach the point of wave 1 in order for it to count as an actual Elliott wave. And if you guys know that rule, allow it by a wick, allow it by a wick in a leveraged market, that's absolutely fine. But anywhere else, you definitely don't want to consider it, okay? So now I'm going to count my Elliott waves here for you folks, and we're going to go over it. This is the way it is counted, guaranteed. I've gone over it so many times, guys. It's ridiculous how many times I've gone over this count already with multiple people. And we all agree, guys. There's a reason why on my Steemit, right? This is why I literally nailed this prediction, right? I was worried about it at first, but of course, if you guys have been keeping up, you guys know for a fact that I pointed out this scenario. And we all know for a fact that why this was pointed out, right? I considered this point right here, wave 1, okay? Right there. Wave 4 does not reach the territory of wave 1. We drew this major resistance, right? This resistance is from pretty much B up here all the way down to here. And that's what I've been drawing all day on Twitter as well. You guys need to follow me on Twitter. If you are a trader, if you are a swing trader especially as well, you guys need to follow me on Twitter because I've literally called this entire structure. Yeah, just play by play. I've been giving it. I've been tweeting my positions. I've been tweeting what's going on. I've been making sure that people are being quizzed as well, right? I make Twitter fun. Put it that way, guys. I make Twitter really fun, and the goal of cryptocurrency is to be fun, regardless of if you're in a bad spot, regardless if you're making a lot of money, whatever. You guys need to follow me on Twitter because I've got your backs. And once you guys follow me on Twitter for one day, I assure you that you're not gonna not follow me again because I will make sure that you guys stay so well informed. And the reason why I make sure you stay so well informed is because I need to stay well informed. So don't think about it as just, I'm doing this for you guys, which I am, but I'm also doing it for myself as well because it needs to be done. So why not kill two birds with one stone, right? I want to make sure that people are very aware of all the situations that are going on, but not only to call things, okay? Which is not my intention. My intention is not to call things and give you guys play-by-plays of what to buy and when to sell. My intention is to offer perspective from many different perspectives. This way, you guys know exactly how to cross-reference your opinions and your thoughts as well. Does that make sense? So if you guys have a second or a third opinion, it might be a lot more helpful than just having your own opinion, for example. And let's say you were about to do something which you were unsure of. If you heard things from multiple people, it might actually, it might reinforce your decision, or it might you think twice about it as well. So think of it as just another mind that can help you evaluate your situation and go from there. So please don't take it the wrong way and think that I'm trying to give buy and sell signals, which is really far from it. What I'm trying to do is offer you guys insight from what I think, and it will absolutely help you guys learn and grow as a trader. I think it's really important to surround yourself in a very good community with like-minded people. That's why I try to stay very positive. I would highly recommend to ignore a lot of the negativity out there in crypto. And I'll be coughing a lot, excuse me. And I've heard a lot of, bad things said about me so far, but it doesn't bother me, guys, because I know who I am. I will stay true to who I am as well, okay? And I know my skills, and I know what I'm capable of, and I will be 100% transparent, honest, and genuine and sincere about everything as well. Because you know what? I've gone through a lot of phases in my life that weren't good. Just personally, I've gone through phases like we all have, I'm sure. We all go through our ups, we all go through our downs, right? And because I've gone through so many bad things, I'd have to say that I want to see other people succeed truly, and that's why I genuinely care about people, right? I don't have a big family, just put it that way. It's only my mom and my dad, and my grandma passed away last month, right? And yeah, it's only the three of us in the world left. And my dad's pretty old. He's 68 years old now, right? So it's an old family. And yeah, like I really respect that man. He's taught me a lot, put it that way. And he's a teacher. He's a teacher, guys. And I used to work in retail during my university years, like, 18, 19, 20, like 10 years ago, way long, 15 years ago. And I was such a bad salesman, guys. I was a horrible salesman. I used to work for like Sony of Canada, Best Buy, etc., right? And it was because I was just too helpful with people. I would always focus on the helpful aspect rather than the profit side of it, right? And I didn't see it as business. And I always thought to myself, wow, I'm a really bad salesman. Like, yeah, I'm a bad salesman. But now that I'm older and I'm entering this kind of environment, I realize that, hey, my sales skills combined with my ability to help people, it's actually flourishing in this environment right now. And I think people are starting to see my energy, and you guys can probably, I know you guys feel my energy, right? You guys all think I'm on some sort of drug. You guys, it's so funny. And I know the majority of it is a joke, but please understand that this is just who I am. I'm super high energy, guys. Super high energy, very enthusiastic, because I want to make the best of everything in life. And I do feel that I get a lot of this from my dad, who has given me really good values growing up, right? And it's funny how you don't realize these things until you get a lot older, right? That you realize what some of your strengths are that you thought were weaknesses before, right? And yeah, it's just really funny. So, I like to talk a little bit about me as well while making these videos because it's important for you guys to gauge character, right? You need to know who you're talking to. You don't want to follow some guy who's just just completely off. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be around a good environment, and I want to earn your trust over time, and I hope that I do earn your trust over time. And trust is it's a relationship that you build, right? It's a give and a take relationship as well. And if you want something, you have to give something as well, right? And I don't want anything from you guys except to succeed. But what I do want from the majority of people is to earn their trust in a respectful way, right? And hopefully over time, we can develop a really good sense of community. And I really hope to learn a lot from you guys as well about myself and about trading. On Twitter, I post those comments such as, what do you guys think of this Elliott wave? Or give me your Elliott wave analysis, right? It's because I genuinely want to see what other people think so I can add on to my opinion, in addition to helping people learn more about Elliott wave as well. I'm looking at my Ripple position right now, guys. I shorted 50,000 Ripple right now from $1.19. I'm up a lot right now, just put it that way. I'm up about 6,500. That's my play for the month. I've been waiting for this one all day, actually. Everyone's been telling me about it, so I've been kind of secretly keeping an eye on it as well right now. I used to play some big positions last year. If you guys were you guys around when I was playing those like huge positions? It's like, okay, here's 100,000 IOTA. So, do you guys remember that trade of mine where I lost like 4K on IOTA? Oh my goodness! I'll tell you guys about it if you don't remember it. I shorted Ripple IOTA from about 90 cents, okay? And it was so oversold already, or overbought. Like, we're talking about hour chart hovering in like 80 RSI for like hours, right? And I actually panicked, right? I'm like, oh geez, I gotta close my position here. I kept adding more and more and more and more to my position, right? Eventually I was like down 4K, and then I'm like, okay, just forget it. I'm done this. I'm done. I closed my position, and 5 minutes later, it starts downtrending on a tear. Like, we're talking about a tear, okay? So I shorted from 90 cents, and it got to 70 cents. So I'm thinking back on it, like, just sometimes it's really funny. I'm thinking back to it, and I realize, oh, I could have made myself like, I don't know, a lot of, it got to $1, by the way, okay? Got to $1. I could have made about $8,000, but of course I took a $4,000 loss instead. It was pretty funny. So I talk about my positions here and there. I'm very transparent. Don't worry. I'm going to show you guys my tweet, okay? I'll show you guys my tweet of my profit. Actually, I'll probably make a video on it for the Ripple one, like in a few weeks when it gets to my target there around 50 cents. That's right. I said that again. Ripple's, my target is about 50 cents, guys, okay? Because I expect Bitcoin to go down to about 4,500. And because I do expect it to go to 4,500 roughly, I expect Ripple to go to about 50 cents again. Yeah, so I stand by my TA, guys. I really, really do, I stand by it because the proof isn't, it's not that I feel like it's going to go to that price. I don't feel anything that's going to go there. The reason I think it is because the TA matches up, and I'm very unbiased. I stick to the charts. I don't care about news, as you guys know already, okay? Nice. Ripple's going back down already. $1.72 now. Well, $1.07. Oh my God, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. I can buy. Hey Maria, I know you're watching this, Maria. I can buy you more than a Happy Meal this time. I made a lot of friends on here. I'm really happy to make a lot of friends on cryptocurrency. So, anyways, I'm babbling a lot now, guys. I'm sorry. So this is definitely my wave one count. Like, there's no doubt about it. I don't see it any other way over here. Okay, I don't see it any other way at all right now. And the way I saw this as well is a huge first wave. Okay, and I saw this as basically something like this in here, like a 2, 3, and this is all the way 4 and a 5. Little fifth wave because the first and the second one was incredibly strong. And there's not really a lot of ways for us to count that other than that. And this one here, we can tell it's fairly accurate. You can say just based on the proportionality of it and the angles as well, and just the magnitude of everything going on. It just looks right to me. So I want to actually draw, let's see here, like that, okay? That's very accurate, I'd say, like this, okay? Very accurate. Right? You guys agree with me? Pretty good, right? This one, I don't expect it to go that low, put it that way. Not really that low, but we're going to talk about everything going on in just a few minutes here. So now we're going to finish up this wave count over here. We're going to count this as 1, 2, 3. This one was easy as well to guess. I remember this guy here, where we set our resistance to the wave 1 territory, right around here, right? And surely enough, it didn't even come close to reaching it. Actually, we ended up doing it like that, right around over here, like that. By the way, I apologize. I feel bad now for talking about my Ripple position, or just my positions in general, right? Because I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but I'm trying to be as transparent as I can, and I don't want to hide anything, and I want to lead by example, okay? My flurries of tweets, as you guys know, right? There's a lot of tweets, and I do tweet a lot of wins as well, whether it's ranging from, $50 to 100 or whatever, it's multiple times a day. The last thing that you guys want to do is follow someone who just paper trades, right? And is making calls. Unrealistic. Come on, that's completely unrealistic, right? You want to follow someone who's leading by example by doing TA for us, doing it together, and someone who's actually trading as well, someone who's experienced, someone who is trying to give a lot of valuable insight rather than just spewing things from a paper trade perspective. So it's a reason why as well that I'm trying to be transparent. I genuinely want to see you guys succeed. I really do believe that this year, guys, if you were following me this year, if you have recently just followed me, okay, for past few days, I really hope to have inspired you already. If you've been following me since last year, then I think you guys know of my track record already and some of the things that I've been calling, right? And my transparency in general, and my absolutely no tolerance to just faking anything and just keeping things real. I'm at the point in my life, I'm 33 years old, for the people that don't know. I've got a background in mechanical engineering and mathematics. I'm too old, guys, to try to gain approval from people in a fictitious way, right? I'm at the point where I don't need acknowledgement from people in that way. I don't need to feed my ego. I don't need to worry about my self-esteem. I don't want to create a false image or anything. I just want to be, because I said earlier, right, that I don't have a big family, it's really important to me to be true to who I am because of that, right? Because I know what I need to appreciate, and what I need to appreciate more than anything is myself. So, and you guys should as well. Please appreciate yourselves and just be true to who you are. If you guys are a goofball, stay that way. If you have a funny sense of humor, don't change for anyone, right? As long as we respect people, we treat everybody with kindness as well, especially in the cryptocurrency game, because it can be incredibly toxic. But because my balls are the size of, like a grapefruit there, because I'm Asian. I'm just kidding, the size of raisin. It's not a grapefruit there, okay? I can also handle a lot of the negativity online as well. Despite it getting to me sometimes, it's okay though. I take a step back and I realize that you're not doing something good until people think you're doing something bad, right? There's a lot of people on YouTube that make videos about me now, actually. I'm not gonna say names, but some of them are incredibly racist, right? And they're very hate oriented, put it that way. And yeah, it doesn't really get to me, guys, because that's how I know I'm doing something right. It's because I'm upsetting a lot of people, especially the original gangsters, the OGs in the cryptocurrency field that I've been tweeting for years about it, right? Then all of a sudden, people who are very helpful that come along, that do something different, that are making calls, that are trying to improve the community and help, etc. Like Eric and myself, for example, we're not really liked a lot by a lot of people because maybe we're taking a niche away from them or something, right? I don't know what it is, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just too late. I'm just trying to be myself. Who am I kidding here? These videos get really long because they're like vlog oriented, right? So so yeah. So okay, anyways, let's go through this now, okay? Now we want to talk about this structure right here, wave 3, okay? We need to talk about wave 3, and we wanted to talk about how do we know that these were going to be a target. Now, we take our Fibonacci. Let me explain to you guys many things from this perspective. So for Fibonacci, it goes like this with Elliott wave. If you guys do this, if you want to take wave 2's retracement, you take it from here. For the people that don't know what retracement means, that simply refers to After a wave goes up like this is Fibonacci. It's tutorial number 6 or 7, I can't remember. So be sure to follow my tutorials, guys. I've created about 40 hours of tutorials for you guys on my own time, which places charge thousands of dollars for these kinds of tutorials, guys. And I've looked through a lot of these tutorials as well, including the ones that my friends have paid for, like from Udemy and stuff, udemy.com, and a lot on the internet as well on YouTube, right? And what I tried to do was, first of all, I crammed every single book. I'm kind of a bookworm when it comes to textbooks. I crammed every book that I could for Elliott Wave. I've read the majority of all popular stock books out there in terms of technical analysis. And I'm no finance major. I'm no economics or business major, guys. I'm just a regular guy who studied engineering and mathematics and tried to figure out a way to excel in this field, right? And yeah, I just read a lot of books, just put it that way. And anyways, I'm not really sure where I'm getting to with this, but I just want you guys to know that it's really important for you guys to keep up on the studying and the material as well, right? So this is Fibonacci. I think I kind of forgot what I was talking about, to be honest, and I just segued there to something else there. Whoa, it's a little bit late for me, but I thought it was very important for me to make this video for you guys. So anyways, let's get into this. So you take your Fibonacci retracement here. Take your Fibonacci retracement right here for wave, I'm trying to draw it accurately. Wave 2, you take your Fibonacci retracement for only wave 1. And then for wave 4, you take your retracement only for wave 3. And I forgot to say, like, what retracement refers to is when a wave goes up like this, you want to figure out how far it's going to come down to. And also what I was saying was, I'm kind of like a I'm a dit sometimes, right? I forget what I'm saying, and I think about a lot of things at once, if you guys don't know. That's maybe one of the skills that I have that lets me do TA, pretty fast, right? It's because I don't know, I think about multiple things. Is that weird to say I think about a lot of things at once? I don't know. I really do, though. My mind is really, it doesn't stop thinking, put it out. It's always been like this, though, okay, guys? I know what you guys are thinking. This guy needs to get on Ritalin or something like that, but I'm fine. I appreciate this skill of mine, and I've always been like this since I was incredibly young, and nothing has ever happened to me, mentally. Just put it that way, okay? So not making light of the situation, but I just want to reassure you guys that despite my quirky and crazy and outrageous personality, that I'm like a rock when it comes to trading, okay? So make sure you guys are going to go through those tutorials of mine. I would really appreciate it because you guys need to study up on what is going on. My goal was to watch a lot of content online and to read a lot of books so I can get an advantage and combine my, I guess, my sales slash teaching skills to people and the way I explain it in a very concise and fun way where you guys can understand it, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm talking directly to you guys, right? Not a computer. So you guys are people to me, not a computer. And I realized that I'm talking to a lot of people and there's a very big audience that I reach. So yeah, I'm very careful with my words as well, but I want you guys to know that you need to go over these lessons of mine. If you don't know what you're missing out on. This is a very hard job, and you guys need to put in the work. You need to put in the time. You need to put in the effort. So now we take Fibonacci for wave 5 for all of this, okay? And now, in a bear market, guys, same thing applies. There's honestly no difference at all. So if in a bear market coming down for the C wave right here, C wave like that, same thing. You take your Fibonacci, but opposite, like that. Wave 2 is retracement is taken for 1 only, and that's very important to remember, okay? And then wave 3 or 4 retracement is taken only for wave 3 right here, right? And this one here, what we try to assume is that, well, for wave 5, we take it for all of it, right? And of course, we wanted to get to something ridiculous like 618, 786, and then reverse and higher than 1. Then if we get higher than 1, what that strongly implies is that we have now reversed trends, right? So now where we are right now is this specific structure. And I'm going to go over it with you guys in high detail like I've always talked about. Firstly, we want to acknowledge this massive resistance right here, guys. Huge resistance. Would we all agree? Absolutely we would, right? So now we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now, because all of these waves are done, for example, if we take our retracement for wave 1, watch this rule. We say to ourselves, okay, wave 2 actually retraced a lot, right? It retraced to about the 786 region right there. So what we're going to automatically assume is that the wave 4 will not retrace a lot. Because if one retraces a lot, the other one will not. And if the other one does not retrace a lot, then the other one will. And this one was really easy to hit, guys. It was so easy to hit, taking this resistance, that range right there as well. And surely enough, we hit it like on literally on the nose. It could not have been any better than that, guys. Here we're bouncing off of it, but you know what? Here we bounced off of it too. Right here we bounced off of it too. So I'm still very bear, and I do think that we're going to hit about $4.5 to $5,000, and then I'm going to explain to you guys why. So when we take our Fibonacci retracement here, take a look at this, guys, okay? We take a look at our Fibonacci retracement to right about here, and what we see is that this is the 382 Fibonacci region, okay? This is the 382 Fibonacci region, and we're taking it for all of waves 3, which makes the subwaves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now that we bounce to the 382 region, okay, we bounced to the 382 region, and we knew it was going to hit there, guys, like without a doubt. Remember how I said that if wave 1 retraced a lot, wave 4 will not? Well, do you guys want to see what wave 1 retraced to, or for 2? Well, this one here, actually no. It's very bearish. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. This is 1, that's 2. This one only retraced to about the 382 range as well. Usually they alternate, but in this particular case, it does not. Actually, not bad, not bad. This one got to about the 0.5 level, so this one retraced a little bit less here. So I do believe, guys, that we have now finished this entire structure right here, and we're going to end up correcting to somewhere down over here. I don't know exactly, how far down it's going to go, but I'm just to give you guys a kind of a general idea here. Nope, I threw that one wrong. I think that this one is gonna most likely just free fall. I want to give it a few days. I'm thinking about, yeah, yikes. I'm gonna draw it like this here instead. Let's see if I can give it a little bit of a better cross section around here. Like I'm thinking, February 20th, 21st, around there. Right in these ranges. Literally, like right in these ranges is my target zone. I know that sounds kind of crazy, right? It really does. But this is my target zone that I want to hit. And of course we're going to get a bounce, guys, at the 6K range when we go there. So definitely, we might even get a double bottom, but just based on the proportionality of everything going on, I can't help but think that it's pretty much going to hit this exact line right here. I mean, I'm choosing a base support right here, right? A pretty reasonable one as well. And I'm also choosing a very reasonable number as well. And this is a very important type of trend line to draw. I'd probably say maybe something like that. I'd say, something like this is really good as well. Just kind of fooling around here right now. Yeah, I definitely want to keep it like that. I just want to get some very, very valid points, right? It's pretty good, definitely. Intersects here, here, here. And this one here makes about 4,500. We're talking about before the 20th, okay? Before the 20th is when I expected to hit these targets. And I know it sounds absurd, guys. It sounds so absurd that every time I make a prediction, like the Ripple prediction for 50 cents, guys, I know you guys are thinking it's crazy, but were you guys thinking I'm crazy when I said it was going to hit 8,900 to 2,000? You know what I mean? Or what about when I predicted Bitcoin Cash to hit 2,800 and it hit 27.99? right? Everyone thought I was like just insane for thinking that. And then when it was like 2000 or no, 1700, I predicted that Bitcoin Cash would hit $851 or 850, and it hit 851. Yeah, so my long-term predictions have been fairly spot on, I would say. The only reason why it's not spot on is because you guys can't exercise patience, okay? You guys think that it's going to hit it like immediately or something, so we have to make sure that we stay extremely patient, guys, all the time. So I'm expecting some pretty low numbers, unfortunately, but c'est la vie, mes amis. It's just how it's going to be. So now I want to clear all of this up, and I want to talk about the count in here, guys. This is a very difficult count. Now let me explain to you the mechanics of ABC so you guys can understand it. Now an ABC can happen in many ways. This is called a 5-3-5 structure, okay? ABC, a counter trend against the wave. 5-3-5, and this one comes down just like this. And the fifth wave always has 5 waves, regardless of how it is, like that. And then sometimes we actually get a 3-wave structure, which could really confuse people, guys. It could really confuse people when there's an ABC in that. And this is actually called a 3-3-5 structure. Now I want to go over this in high detail for you guys. So the way I am seeing this right now is that this is an A, B, and a C, like that. Okay, I'm going to draw this one on a small degree, actually. Actually, let's draw all of it first. All of it in a lot of detail. So, I believe that this is right here, A, okay, B, and this is C. How does that look proportionally to you guys? Pretty good, right? It looks pretty good in every way, I'd say. And now, what is this mess that we could not make out of, right? A lot of people have called it like this. Okay, I'm going to show you how some people have called this part here. They call this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, like that, right? Well, I don't agree with that, first of all, because if we take our Fibonacci retracement, well, that's kind of a really weird retracement, you know, like we're talking about pretty weird retracement, guys. Like take a look at this. This is not even 382 level. Nothing is that bullish. And if it was that bullish, it would have skyrocketed to extremes and hit through that major resistance over there. So I have to call this ABC, like that, like this. And then I also have to call this a 3-wave structure, okay? But first of all, we're going to count it. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, like that, right? That looks incredible to me. And then I call this an A, B, and I call this a C, like that. That's pretty good. And then we get 5 waves in here as well, which looks great. A, B, excuse me there, 4, 5. So that makes now a 3-3-5 substructure. And let's get this guy like in purple or something so you guys can see it. So that makes 1, that makes 2 in here, and that makes 3. Look how beautiful this zigzag is. Would you guys agree with me? Beautiful zigzags, right? But I'm not going to label it like that. I'm going to label it with a primary one instead. So I'm going to do it like that, and I'll make this a different degree. Let's call this I'm just going to call it a big one so we can see it visibly, okay? Just so we can see it super visibly. So please don't criticize the degree labeling. I don't want to focus on that right now. So let's call this, actually let's call this a smaller one. Let's call that one a minor, and let's call this one like something, I don't know, a millennium. Sure, let's call that a millennium for fun, for all the Elliott wave traders. Do you guys get the joke? Come on, because this is only made for, like, you know, the yearly ones or the century-long ones. We never want to call it a millennium at this degree, but I'm just doing it because it looks pretty and it's really big, okay? So now, I think that in here, we do have this structure, which I'll draw anyways, okay? So A, B, and C, like that. Okay, so this is A, B, and C, right? So now we have a 1, 2, 3 wave structure, like that. And now what is this? people are gonna say, and they're most likely gonna think that, okay, well, this one's higher than it. It can't it has to be an impulse wave up. No, guys, it doesn't work like that, okay? This can be an impulse like that, A, B, and a C like that, okay? That actually fits very nicely, in my opinion, and I will call this one a primary. No, maybe a minor. Yeah, minor is good. So now we've got our A, B, C in here as well. And I'm not going to label all of it. It's a little bit tedious, to be quite honest. Okay, you know what? I will, just to prove to you guys that it can be done, and just to make it fun as well, right? So this one here, we get basically a three-wave structure in here. 1, 2, 3, one ABC and down. So this one here ended up making an ABC structure in here. Maybe not like that. Maybe like this instead, actually. So this one made an A, B. I'll change it in a second. Something like that, okay? A, B, C, or even like that. However, it's a three-wave structure inside of there. And this one made a fifth one. We don't see it because it's on a really tiny time frame, but if I go to like a lower time frame, you can actually see it a lot better as well here, okay? Where this is pretty much wave, we can call this as wave 1. Actually, let's take a look at here. What did this make? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, pretty much. Okay, that seems to make sense to me. So this one here made a 5-wave structure. Yes, this one is longer than it. I measured it before already. That made a 5. This one we don't see it because it's on a tiny time frame, but that makes an ABC. And of course this one makes a 5-wave structure inside of here. The C always makes 5 waves, okay? Remember that. C always makes 5 waves. So now we got ourselves an ABC for the 3-wave structure of A, right? And then we also have an ABC coming down here. And this one is actually really easy to count. Let me show you guys it. This one makes 1, 2, 3, 4. That was really easy, right? It was so easy to count in hindsight now. So now we have our A, which has the 3-wave structure. We have the B, which makes an A, B, and C in here. And this one right here pretty much made 5 waves already, which I'm going to go over with you guys, okay? Hey guys, I actually cleaned it up a little bit. I paused the video, I cleaned it up, and I made a really nice chart because I posted it as well. And I'm just going to go over it really quickly from the beginning because I think it's been about an hour since I came back here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then we have our A, B, C, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have A, B, C, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have another final one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up there. Okay, this made an ABC in here. So this is the structure that it looks like. And I can't remember where I left off in the last video, but because I've been doing in between, but this one makes an A and a B and a C, and this basically makes an A, B, C. So it makes a 3, 3, and a 5 wave pattern right in there. And I believe we're going to be on a tear down now, guys. Yeah, we're going to be on, like, we're talking about a big tear, like, yeah, guys, like, we're a big one. Like, I'm sorry to say, but like, we're gonna end up correcting a lot, guys. Like, I just cannot see it like going up right now at all in any way. I'm sorry to say. And I don't know if I finished the video at all or where we left off, but if I take, for example, right, my Fibonacci extension, we see it getting to the 382 range already. And I think I talked about in the video as well at the beginning that we hit like a massive trendline resistance, right? Like a massive resistance. So now there's a lot of people showing support here. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. I actually I closed my Ripple positions. So I don't remember if I did this in front of you guys, but I do expect a correction, guys, to between 4,800 and 5,200, and I expect it to be between the 19th and the 23rd, okay? And how do I derive these targets? Well, I derive these targets fairly simply. And once again, I've come back and forth many times to this video, so I don't remember exactly what I've been talking about or if I covered it. And the truth is, I actually like wasn't recording for about half an hour So I can't remember exactly where I left off as well. I'm kind of coming back around to do this for you guys as well right here. So the way I got it was I derived it from here, and right there as well, right? So we're getting pretty much a $4,900 scenario right there, a one-to-one extension. I do firmly believe that we're going to test 6K, bounce off of it, and then we're going to come back down. So these are kind of my thoughts right now. And the next day, guys, we're going to go over this entire structure, okay? We're going to go over this entire structure because I called out pretty much everything. And I think that we played it incredibly well together, guys. Like, we are talking about, whew, did we ever played well together, right? I think a lot of you guys have made so much money, and that makes me so freaking happy to know that. Do you guys know that? Do you guys know why I love to do what I'm doing? Like, I kid you not that, like, I don't have a big family, right? Like I mentioned, it's only my dad and I. And I don't remember if I said this in this part of the video because it might not have been recorded. But the reason why, like, I'm doing this for you guys and I'm investing a lot of my own time is because I just feel very appreciative of what, for example, crypto has done for me in my life. And I have to firmly say, guys, that crypto has changed my life, okay? It's changed my life in terms of just making things a lot easier, right? I don't have to worry about a lot of things financially, put it that way. And also because I learned how to respect myself. I don't want to be someone online. I don't want to be someone fake online. I'm 33 years old, and my parents are really old now, right? And I've got no one left in the world. And when you don't have a big family, right, you learn to really realize and value yourself and family. And because of that, like, I don't have time, guys, to, like people have said, to fake my profits online, okay? To Photoshop my profits or video edit them. Like, I've got no time for that, guys. You guys know that I have the work ethic of a horse, right? Like, and you guys know how hard I work, and in general, how important it is to have a strong discipline in cryptocurrency. Because if you don't have strong discipline, you're not going to succeed, guys. I promise you that you will not succeed. You have to adopt a winning personality or a winning mentality, a winning attitude. You cannot just go in and be like, what do I buy? What do I sell? And stuff like that as well. So yeah, so I hope that you guys are also putting in tons and tons and tons of hard work, just like how I am as well. And hopefully over time, we can get there together and we can improve your skills because that's my ultimate goal, guys. My ultimate goal is to improve your skills down the road. And if you guys have questions, specific questions, you're welcome to ask me. But if you guys are going to ask me things like what do I think is a good coin to buy, what is a good time to sell, etc., things like that, I don't really respond to those questions at all because I don't think those people really have the mentality or the attitude to win. There are people who want things handed to them, and then there are people who realize that yes, it can be handed to me only for a finite amount of time until I actually have to do something myself. And then now it is one of those times where you guys have to make that decision. Dig deep inside of you and ask yourselves, is this the year that crypto will change my life? And how much work am I going to put into it? And how much am I willing to learn and dedicate my time to making myself succeed? And if the answer is yes, I'm ready to take that journey, then guys, follow me. Let's do this together because I've got your backs. I'm going to be true to myself always, and I'm going to be true to you guys because I've got no time to screw around. I value myself so much and I respect myself so much that I will not change for anyone. You guys know I used to be an engineer, right? Used to be an engineer, or still am, I guess, but I don't work in that field. But I had to wear a suit and tie to work. Suit and tie, yeah. And I used to be really proud of myself every day getting up. Wow, I get to wear like a business, a suit, not a suit and tie rather, dress shirt, dress tie, dress pants, etc., like business attire. And I was really proud of myself to go to work every day. And I said to myself, wow, I've got a really great job. I'm making like whatever an engineer makes there. And then I realized one day that, I'm only going into work and I'm wearing this stuff because I have to, not because I want to, right? And professionalism is not me. Like, I know when is necessary to be professional. I've been in that environment. But the truth is, I'm a quirky, I'm a weird, I'm an outrageous kind of character, as you guys know already, right? I am going to be true to myself always. And I love crypto because it allows me to be true to myself and it allows me to be free from the burdens of conforming to a normal society. So, if you guys are going to get into this environment, please realize that you will have the ability to be yourself and no one will judge you, right? So please always stay true to yourself. And if you guys want to chase crypto, please come with me during this awesome journey and put in that hard work, guys, because I want you guys to find out who you really are and find time for other things in life other than maybe just working really, really hard, right? Every single day. If you guys do this right, as you guys have seen me do it with you for the past few days, weeks, or months, let's just get there together. My goal is to help you beautiful disasters out without wanting anything in return. So please know that, okay? So I'm going to leave it the way it is right here. Tomorrow we're going to go through this entire structure to let you guys know how it was actually played, okay? That's really important to understand how it was actually played. And then after that, I'm gonna do more analysis another day. So yeah, we'll do a play-by-play of every single possible setup. It's good to review, guys. You guys have to review everything that has happened. And my target still stands for $4,800 to 5,200, okay? So, and I want to recap very clearly why I think this failed. Major resistance is hit, okay? 382 Fibonacci level is pretty much bang on hit already, right? I might have just drawn that a little bit wrong. Yeah, that's right. 382 Fib pretty much hit already. And the third reason is because we're still missing a wave down over here, so I think it's got to hit. So other than that, guys, have yourselves a phenomenal night. Thank you very much for watching my videos and for supporting me. And I hope that you guys upvoted on Steemit so we can reciprocate the appreciation for each other. I think I'm okay to say that now, right, guys? And make sure you also like, subscribe, and share to the content as well, because the goal is to improve the cryptocurrency community. And I want to be someone in the community who is different, who is weird, who's outrageous with a sense of humor, who makes things fun, who gives you guys an environment and a Twitter and a place to go to where you guys can feel welcomed, right? Where you guys can feel the love, the enthusiasm, right? I know you guys can feel my enthusiasm. I know it. You know how I know? Because I purposely want to be that kind of person, which is myself. I'm very, very, very enthusiastic in general. And when I'm passionate about something like this, guys, whew, am I ever going to stay like this forever? And don't forget, guys, I don't do any drugs or anything. I only have a cup of coffee a day. I'm just exactly who I am, and I'm not going to change for anybody, okay? So other than that, guys, thank you for following me during this journey for this entire structure, and I cannot wait to show you guys what else I can do. Because I assure you, it's going to be awesome together this year, guys. It's going to be awesome, okay? And you guys call that cocky or not, or call that confidence. Either way, I'm going to show you guys so many things that you've not seen before. Like you guys have seen the order book, right? I hope you guys love those videos, those little order book videos, hidden wall battles. Those are intended to teach an immense amount as well. So other than that, baby whales, tiny minnows, little dolphins, okay? Make sure you guys follow me, like, subscribe, share, upvote, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. So have yourselves a wonderful night, and my correction target stands 4,800 to 5,200. Bye now.